Hi, good morning guys. In this video, I'm going to go over everything I made in my first month at Amazon, my total compensation, and what I plan to do with the money. Obviously, this is way more money than I've ever made in my entire life, and I'm super thankful that, especially in this economic climate. I have a job and I know how hard it is right now, so I just want to say that I'm thankful. So yeah, this paycheck is a little bit chunkier because it does include my sign-on bonus, and I'll get into the details of that too. But I got paid $41,514.44 this month, which is crazy, really crazy. Yeah, and the gross amount is $58,290.41. $100 went to health and dental insurance. $16,672 of it did go to taxes. And I'm pretty sure that when I was doing all of my forms for onboarding, I had filled out the W-4 form, which is like how you can change your tax withholding. And I tried to edit it because I am only working for like 6 months this year because I started on June 9th. So I tried to edit it so that it would take that into account. And then I also plan on maxing out my 401k this year, but I haven't started contributing to it yet because I waited too long to set my contribution last month. So I think it'll start to take into effect for this next pay period at the end of July. So I'm looking forward to that. I guess to max it out, I have to set it really absurdly high this year because I'm only working for 6 months. So, and then also you can't take 401k contributions out of your sign-on bonus. It has to come from your regular paycheck earnings. So yeah, it hasn't started doing that yet. Oh, also I get paid on a monthly basis. I don't know if that's a Seattle thing or if it's an Amazon thing, but it took a little bit of getting used to, but I think I'm fine with it now. And then I also chose a healthcare plan that came with an HSA, a health savings account, which I think I'm just going to pay for any health expenses out of pocket and just use that as another investment account because it's tax advantaged on both ends. So that's good. So that's kind of my plan going forward. But yeah, for this money, I think I'm going to just kind of use it to replenish my savings account and put it back into my Ally. That's what I use for high yield savings because I actually had around $50,000 saved up at the end of April before I started moving here and everything like that. And then I had a big dental surgery at the end of May and I spent $19,000 on that, which is crazy. My teeth are really bad, but now that I have more money, I'm trying to, fix them and everything. So yeah, that was really expensive. And so I just want to kind of replenish that before I make any other investment decisions. Yeah, I think I'm going to focus on replenishing it because once you have a certain amount in your bank account, that kind of just becomes your new zero. And so I feel I'll feel safer investing in other things once I have it back to a healthy level. And then I know some people like to just kind of set their 401k limit to 100% to just max it out in the beginning of the year. But I would rather kind of space it out throughout the year, I think, because I like just having a steady stream of income coming in. So I guess a bit of my financial background. I grew up kind of poor, but not so poor that I actually realized it. I didn't really start to realize until I went to college and realized that everybody else was paying full tuition and I was on scholarship. And that's kind of when it clicked for me. But I always had enough food and you never felt unsafe at home and everything like that. And I'm not close to my parents, but if I ever was in desperate need of money, they would probably give it to me, even though I don't plan on asking them for money. I've been financially independent for around 4 years now. So yeah, that's my background. And I did have $50,000 saved in April, and that's kind of a lot for, I guess, a senior in college, but I am 24, turning 25 at the end of July. So I have had a couple of years where I was just kind of working in between freshman year and sophomore year of college. I took 3 years off and I just kind of stayed at home and did random jobs and everything. And so that kind of let me save up money. And then also I had a job last summer, my internship here in Seattle at Amazon also. And I've made in total probably around $28,000 minus taxes for the summer, and I'm not a big spender. Also, for context, I'll go over my offer letter too. Or first, I want to introduce myself because I always forget to do that. So my name is Salome, and I am a new grad. I just moved to Seattle at the end of May, and I moved from Houston, and I'm just now getting settled in Seattle and everything like that. I feel more comfortable like at work and with my team and things, which is nice. So yeah, I'm really excited to have this channel. I just started making videos because I was already kind of starting a bunch of new things, and I've always wanted to start a YouTube channel. So yeah, if you are dropping by for the first time, I'm planning on making videos about career and work and life and personal finances as a new grad, because I think those types of videos are interesting. So if you're interested, keep watching. Thank you. So base salary was $129,000, and there was no negotiation on that. Not that I probably wouldn't have, just because I'm not like that, I guess, assertive, but you're not allowed to at Amazon. Yeah, you're just not allowed to. They would just rescind the offer. I mean, I don't know. If you ask, they'd probably just be like, no, that's not possible, and move on. And then you could decide to take it or not, but they don't negotiate, especially not with new grads. So I didn't try to. I just kind of looked it up at Reddit and I knew that it wasn't a thing. And then for sign-on bonus, it's $50,100, which it was paid with my first paycheck, obviously, and it's prorated. So if I am laid off at any time or fired or anything, then I have to pay back any of the remaining balance. And then for year 2, they actually pay it out in increments, like with your monthly paycheck. So that one is $33,100. And yeah, so that one you don't have to pay back because you'll be kind of earning it as you go. So that's nice. And then also there's stocks, but they're really backloaded. 5% the first year, 15% the second year, 20% 6 months after that for the 4 years. So I would only get around $5,000 for this first year, and I wouldn't get it until the end of the year. So yeah, that's all of the details about that. And yeah, I'm gonna go home for the rest of this video. So I'll see you there. Okay, so I'm gonna go over my spending for the month of June. I lied. I'm gonna post the second half of this video where I go over spending later this week because it was too long for this video. But thank you so much for stopping by to this channel. And if you're new, I really appreciate you liking and subscribing if you want to come along with me on this journey. Bye.